coming. Waiting some more people get up in here. Good morning to those who are already in the building. Who's already in the tribe. So I gotta cut the grass. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I need to take off the light range. See something. Take off the car. See what's on the radio. Check out. Y'all know I like basketball.
I don't know if your voice was breaking. It's too complicated. People talk about I think that's kind of the only way to get them. For me, if his story were to end in Cleveland, it wouldn't be the craziest thing. Well, let me ask you that.
I ain't talking about LeBron James going back to Cleveland if he get bought out. I feel like the new CBA is going to ruin the NBA, where it's going to be a lot of money wasted and a lot of money lost trying to get guys out of contract because they just gave anybody a max contract, whether they got the accolades or not. Until you get somebody that do a team that do smart team building. I mean, I think, and I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm not a LeBron fan, but I feel LeBron can play. What is he, 40, 41? He's somewhere close to my age, right? I know I'm older, but I feel like if he do the natural, what up, Ozzy? Everybody say what up to Ozzy. But I feel like LeBron James could play another 5 years if he know how to transition to the bench or to a lesser role. Not even to to a lesser role. But I think over time, the longer he play, it's going to diminish who he is as a player because his body ain't going to be able to keep up for over time. You know, injuries caught up to Kobe, but he left at a decent time that we still know him as Kobe. You know, like Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook was an MVP. Now look at him. It's teams that's wondering if they're going to give him a veteran minimum to come off the bench. And that's because of injuries and stuff and playing like at 100 all the time. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Doing my morning drive to work, listening to NBA radio.
Including like OG Anunoby, Josh Hart in career years.
Yeah, something's got to give with Mikal Bridges. He can't play under 2 games every year.
The workhorse. It's amazing he's still got that streak going. It really is.
That is true.
All right, Michael Jordan, his house is up for an Airbnb. Start the bidding war. Starting lineup.
Airbnb, Michael Jordan. I don't think he owned that shit. He probably don't own it if they got it going for Airbnb. But what's up, Zoe? Starshine. I done lost service, so y'all probably not even here no more. But like I was saying earlier, a lot of these older players with today technology could last longer. All they gotta do is play.
We'll take care of the rest. I'm so confident that Bandy will help you focus on what you love.
That should remind me I need to change my registered agent.
The service for your first month. Trust me, there are no limits to the amount of calls or questions you can give your Bandy HR manager. After your first month, just $29 a month for companies of any size. Month to month, no hidden fees, cancel anytime.
Get a month of Bambi for just $1. Go to Bambi.com and type Urban View under radio to schedule your first call with an HR
Might be
manager.
crazy. You get something like that for $1 1 month, then that should be $1,000 when you gotta renew. That's why I tell people when you go get those trial shits to use a temporary card. Don't use your permanent card. A lot of your credit cards now give you a temporary card, and you can use that temporary card for trial. You can even put that's what you're using it for, and then after you put it in, it'll automatically expire, and then you ain't gotta worry about it auto renewing on you without them having to contact you because that card ain't gonna be active. It'll be a virtual card. I ain't sure about certain websites, and should I use PayPal or I get a virtual card for my credit card and let them know what it's for. I gotta take a picture of that and have somebody come do that shit for my joint. Everybody saying hi, what's up, good morning. How y'all doing today? I'm driving to work, almost there. Kinda tired, that's why I'm sipping on that Red Bull. I'm doing my morning drive, flipping through the satellite radio, listening to sports talk and news. Got the cops out here, people walking their dogs.
Their minimum wealth. You see that they've been, first of all, they've been doing it all along. Well, they kind of all along, but now they formalized it. But Kagame was present at the table. Remember, they signed that deal last week, the so-called deal last week. They negotiated into hostilities in the East. That agreement, that quote-unquote peace deal between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda hinges on the fact that Kagame has been sending his army into East Africa under the guise of defending national security to prop up these M23 rebels. We talked about that with Sam Livingston a couple of months ago. That reminds me, I think we probably get Sam back in here.
I don't know who the hell
Maurice Carney and friends in Congo. But that, the fact of the matter is that Congo is landlocked as a country. Rwanda has been taking the resources out of East Africa and shipping them out to whoever will buy them, and Kagame has been overseeing it. So, but under the guise that his army is simply going into Congo to defend Rwandan national security from this lingering effect of this ongoing war.
Maniac, what's up?
He says, all we're doing is chasing the Democratic Forces for Liberation of Rwanda. They've gone into Congo, so we're chasing them there, and we're just extending our national security. That's a lie. That is a lie. And so now Kagame is saying, I'm not sure the peace deal will hold because they got 90 days for Rwandan troops to withdraw from eastern Congo. Even the United Nations is saying that the Rwandans are supporting these M23 rebels who have seized the two largest cities in eastern Congo over the last year. Rwanda, Kagame's denying, I'm not helping the rebels. That's a lie. They got all the same uniforms, they got the weapons. Where the stuff coming from? And I guess what I'm saying is, I just wanted to clean that up on the back end question you mentioned, Paul Kagame. And
Thank you. I'm reading some details about it. Look, 7 bedrooms sounds a little underwhelming.
Well, why? And then he has 17, or is it 7 bathrooms and 17?
I agree. No, you're right. 7 bedrooms, 17 and a half bathrooms.
Why you need, they say he got 17 and a half bathrooms with 7 bedrooms. That's too much bathrooms. Should it be the other way around?
You could shoot a 3 on Michael Jordan's personal basketball court. No, you could work out in his personal gym. That's not, who knows how updated the equipment is. You could smoke in his cigar room, but remember, they do not supply the cigars. I guess he's got a putting green. He's got a personal movie theater, which is bad. And then, of course, when you drive through the front gate, because you're about to pay $1,700 a night, they have the number 23 on it.
That's the only detail you told me that I haven't already had in an Airbnb previously. And I certainly didn't pay that much. Here's a detail that doesn't make any sense to me. Limited to 12 guests.
It's 17 bedrooms.
17 and a half bathrooms, and you're going to limit it to...
I mean, it's only 7 bedrooms.
I'm going to need to split it between more than 11 other people, man. This is the problem. You need to open it up a little bit.
Well, that's right. It should be you're allowed to have 17 and a half guests if they have 17 and a half bathrooms. So it actually, so you're right. So if it's 12 people, that's just a little over $1,000 a night. That's not crazy.
I mean, it's not insane.
$17,000
I would, cause like think about
to
that.
stay
You're
at
talking about what day? So what, 4 p.m. check in
Hell
and
is
10
going
a.m.
on?
check out. So that's less than
Is marathon
what,
coming up or
18
something?
hours. That's not worth as much, or worth it rather. $1,000 for 18 hours. What it has to one gate.
You know what it has written all over it? Bachelor party.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
But it's got to be limited to 12 people. You can't have a 13th dancer come in.
And what about having, when you say guest, that's just a guest entering the property. They're not going to stay overnight. What about 20 guys?
A lot of these places are really strict about that because they have like these, the ring doorbells where they can see everybody going in and out. Twice as many people going in or out at a time. They consider that a party. That's more than they're supposed to be staying there.
I spend all that money. You're damn right I'm having a party.
Nobody wants to buy the house. It's Michael Jordan's. But, sometimes these guys, they build these houses that are too big.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. Nobody really wants to. It's hard to resell them.
Yeah.
I can't, look, if I think of Michael Jordan,
It's a lot of
because- and
abandoned
this is,
mansions
not
and
really
shit.
an offense, right? And I'm not trying to say this in a negative way because if I lived the life of Michael Jordan, I want to live in that time for the entirety of my existence. But when I think of somebody who's stuck in the 90s, it's Michael Jordan. So I
Yeah.
would imagine
Yeah, big,
everything in
stupid
this
ass
house is stuck in the 90s. So you're not just buying some
Maybe.
multi-million-dollar property. You're going to have to renovate the entire thing, even if you keep the Michael Jordan details. You're going to want it to look better. So I'm guessing it's a little.
I wouldn't want no house that's customized to somebody else.
There's probably like an Michael Jordan silhouette in every tile in the house that you're going to have to get out.
Logo. That's right. That's right. It'll be a logo. So since we got Izzy on here, there's a ton of Miami things that are happening.
God damn.
You know pretty well. He's just been named. This is an important job. The executive VP of basketball operations. That's the job that Ron Thorne used to have back in the day. Most recently, Joe Dumars had been